Habari, this is the first lesson on mastering hair creation in Blender, and today we are going to look at Blender hair system. In Blender, we have two systems for creating hair. We have the old hair system and new hair system. The old hair system called particle hair system, and the new hair system called geonode hair system. So let's start. Grab yourself a fresh copy of Blender. As usual, we are going to delete everything. Then I'll add a mesh, print, GX, and Shift DX. I call it geonode hair system, and this one I call it particles hair system. So we have geonode hair system and particle hair system. Let me write here. We have geonode hair system and we have particle hair system. And in this lesson, you're going only to cover how to add hair in both geonode hair system and particle hair system, and the second one how to comb, and the third one control for the particle hair system, geonode hair system. The last one is simulation. Mostly this is for particle hair system. So if we start with bullet number 1 for the particle hair system, after you selected your mesh, come to your properties panel and go to your particle tab. Here on this particle, add particle system, you click OK. You can rename your particle as you want, but by default it adds a meter, but we want hair, so you can choose hair, and here you'll have number of hair 1000, seed 0 hair length 4 meter, and segment 5. The important thing is here is to change the segments. You can put 10 segment and the number of weights in between. So let's say we have here a line, so the segment is here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this our segment. If you put big number of segment, it will help you in controlling your hair. But if this is your strand and you only have 2 segments, it will be difficult for you to comb in the style you want. So after tweaking the emission, you can decrease the number. You can start with low numbers, let's say 100. Another part in particle system, you can come to children. You can add more children on your guides. It is simple or interpreted. Also in here in children is where you can find the kink, the style of the hairstyle you want, the roughness, cramping, and the parting. So this is the area where you can stylize and control hair system in particle hair system. Either you can add, comb, and control. And another advantage of particle hair system that it has the hair dynamics. For the hair dynamics, here is the place where you can create simulation for your hair. So this is all about particle hair system, and for this course you are not dealing with particle hair system. Mostly we are dealing with geonode hair system. This is all our focus, and our effort will be on geonode hair system. So how do we add hair on geonode hair system? The first criteria is a must. Number 1 for the geonode hair system is UV map. Your mesh, your scalp must have a UV map to add geonode hair. So we can check on our object data and come down to your UV map. You see it. This print has UV map. By default, Blender will add a UV map for any object that you add there. So after selecting our object, then Shift A, I'm used shortcut in Blender, but here on top you can come to add, press add, then come to curve. We have empty hair and fur, but we want to run everything from scratch. We are not going to fur, but we'll start with empty hair. If you add empty hair, there is hair there. You can see this origin has been highlighted because the hair is there but cannot be seen because we didn't add any hair. But we added the object for the hair, but not the hair. If you come here on your scene correction, you can see we have added the curve. We can even name this curve to gel hair. Automatically, when you add the hair, the curve hair, it will parent itself to the base mesh. So after selecting this hair, curve hair, we can come here to change it mode. It have edit mode and scalp mode. So we'll go to scalp mode. In scalp mode, we have add and we have density. For the add, is where we can add the number of hair. So I can set here, I want number, curve shape, I want segment, points. Here they call points and not segment, around 10 points. The length maybe 4 meters at the part square, and I want them to interpolate length and shape and points. So you see, now we've started at the hair. You can add one by one, or you can use a density. If you click to density, then you can set, you come to curve shape, then you can set your length. It is 4 meters. You want them to copy length, shape, and points. Point, you want 10 points. This is the fastest way to add hair. And another thing is how to comb hair in gel hair. The same as particle hair system, and you can come to comb, you choose your brush, then contour combing. While in particle hair system, if you select your hair, then you go to particle edit. And here in particle hair system, we don't go to scalp mode, but we go to particle edit. If you select particle edit, and here if you choose your brush, your comb brush, then you can start to comb. If we enable our points and see how many points we have, while in gel hair system we have, maybe we can select one and Control I and hide the list. Current, we don't have the function to add to hide the list, but you can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 the point. But you see how smooth it is comb in gel hair compared to particle hair. In particle hair, the combing, it has sharp edges, and one thing that you need to come to the particle somewhere in viewport display, you need to change print steps from 2 up to 7. You see how smooth it is now? So this is how you play with different setting for the particle hair and for the gel hair. Now if I comb, no, this is not the comb I want. If I comb, you see how smooth the hair are. And another thing to note, that you can come to your render setting and go to the curve, and here you change your shape from straight to strips, and you can add the subdivision. And here on the shape, yes, here it is 20.1, yes. So this is how you can control particle hair system versus the gel hair system. And for the gel hair system, its control is mostly based on geometry node editor. And here you can start editing your hair, or you can use modifier properties in here to add the hair system. Let's say if I switch here to asset browser and go to hair, you see we have deformation, generation, guides, read, utility, light. So this is as the old available node to control hair per your style with geometry node hair system. For the geometry node hair system, this is available modifier. Let's say we can come to guides. You see for the guide we have braid hair guide, we have clamp hair, curve, and we have curl hair curves. So this is all about introduction to mastering hair creation in Blender. And next lesson, we are going to start and analyze reference for the different hairstyle. So see you in the next lesson.